High on a grassy bluff above the Missouri River in South Dakota, a figure of gleaming steel stands with her arms open to the sky. She is 50 feet tall, a native woman in flowing dress, and behind her spreads a vast star quilt whose diamonds catch the sun and the wind. Travelers on the interstate see her from far off, luminous and still, and slow down without quite knowing why. She is a work of art and a message all at once, offered in honor of the peoples of this land. Welcome to Dignity of Earth and Sky. We are on a high bluff above the Missouri River near the town of Chamberlain, in the open heart of central South Dakota. Here, the wide river cuts a great blue seam through the rolling prairie, and Interstate 90 crosses from east to west just above the water. On a rise beside the highway, at a scenic overlook where the land falls away to the river far below, the statue stands facing the water and the endless sky. The first thing you notice is how she shines. Rising from the crest of the bluff, the stainless steel figure gleams silver against the blue of the sky and the river beyond. Her arms are spread wide, and the great quilt behind her arcs like a pair of open wings. Set against the soft greens and golds of the prairie, she seems almost weightless, a bright and graceful presence watching over the water and the land that rolls away in every direction. Her place here is no accident. This overlook sits where thousands of travelers cross the Missouri each day on Interstate 90, the great highway that runs across South Dakota. For many, the statue is their first meeting with this river country, a landmark rising suddenly on the horizon between the eastern farmlands and the western plains. Below her, the Missouri, the longest river in North America, winds broad and slow through the bluffs, just as it has for countless generations. Her full name is Dignity of Earth and Sky, though most who love her simply call her Dignity. She is a monumental sculpture, 50 feet of stainless steel, unveiled here in the year 2016. She was created as a gift to the state and to all who pass this way, a tribute to the native peoples whose homeland this has always been. More than a roadside marvel, she was made to carry meaning, to honor a culture and a history rooted deeply in this land along the river. Dignity is the work of the South Dakota artist Dale Lampher, a sculptor who has spent a lifetime shaping figures from metal. He designed her with great care, studying the traditions and dress of the Plains peoples so that every detail would ring true and respectful. When she was raised on this bluff in 2016, she became one of the most beloved landmarks in the state, a crowning work meant to stand for many lifetimes above the river she watches over. Look closely and you see a woman rendered with tenderness and strength. She stands in the style of the Plains, wearing a long dress adorned in the manner of the Lakota and Dakota, her head lifted and her gaze turned toward the open horizon. At 50 feet, she towers over every visitor, yet her expression is gentle and serene. She is not a warrior or a conqueror, but a calm and dignified presence, gathered in a posture of welcome and quiet grace. Behind her, held wide in her outstretched arms, spreads a magnificent star quilt. It unfolds like a great cape or a pair of wings, its surface broken into many small diamond-shaped panels arranged in the pattern of a bright 8-pointed star. This quilt is the heart of the whole work. It rises higher than the figure herself, a sweeping canopy of steel that frames her against the sky and gives the statue its unmistakable, soaring silhouette. The star quilt is far more than decoration. Among the Lakota and Dakota peoples, it is one of the most treasured of gifts, presented at moments of great honor to mark births, achievements, and the passing of loved ones. Its radiant star recalls the morning star, a symbol of guidance and renewal. To see that quilt held so high here is to understand that dignity offers something precious, a gesture of respect drawn straight from the living traditions of this land. There is a hidden wonder in that quilt. Its many diamond-shaped panels are not fixed and solid. They are designed to move, hung so that they sway and turn with every breath of prairie wind. As the breeze crosses the bluff, the panels shift and catch the light, and the whole star seems to shimmer and ripple as though it were alive. By day the steel flashes silver and blue, and the statue that stands so still is never quite motionless at all. This river country is the ancestral homeland of the Lakota and Dakota peoples. For untold generations, these were the lands of the great Sioux Nation, where the prairie met the Missouri and the seasons turned across the open grass. The river was a lifeline and a road, its bluffs a familiar horizon. Dignity stands upon this ground as a reminder that this place holds a long and living history, and that its story reaches back far beyond the highway and the modern age. Above all, dignity was raised as a message. She was made to honor the courage and the cultures of the native peoples of the Dakotas, and to offer them respect in a place where all who travel can see it. Her open arms are a gesture of welcome and reconciliation, an acknowledgement of the peoples whose homeland this is. In a quiet and enduring way, she asks every visitor to pause, to remember, and to give honor where honor is due. The setting itself is part of her power. All around, the prairie rolls away in long, low waves of grass, dotted with wildflowers and brushed by a wind that never seems to rest. Below the bluff, the Missouri River spreads wide and calm, mirroring the sky. There are few tall trees and few walls to break the view, only earth and water and an immense arc of heaven. It is a landscape of great openness, and the statue was made to belong to it. She is at her most beautiful in the golden hours. As the sun sinks low over the western prairie, its light turns warm and amber, and the stainless steel of the figure and her quilt glows as though lit from within. The diamond panels catch the last rays and scatter them, and the whole statue seems to burn softly against the deepening sky. For a few quiet minutes each evening, Dignity and the river below her are bathed in the same golden light. And in the end, it is her stillness that stays with you. She stands alone on the bluff, patient and serene, keeping her long watch over the river and the road. There is no noise to her, no grand display, only a calm and steady presence that seems to hold the whole valley in its gaze. She carries her name well. In a place this wide and this open, she offers a quiet lesson in grace, honor, and dignity that lingers long after you have gone. A figure of shining steel above a great river, a star quilt shimmering in the wind, and a message of honor written across the open sky. Thank you for watching. Follow for more interesting people, places, and things we cover on the channel.